Children, let us continue with our lesson, Components of Food. Children, let us first discuss the answers for the previous home assignment, that is home assignment 1. I'm sorry, there was a typing mistake in the previous home assignment. It was typed as 2, but it was home assignment 1. Let us start with the answers. First main, fill in the blanks. Proteins are called bodybuilding food. Second one, carbohydrates and fats are called energy-giving foods. We can test the presence of starch using iodine solution. Caustic soda solution and copper sulfate solution are used to test the presence of proteins. Second main, name any two foods rich in, first one, fats. Example, ghee, milk, butter, meat, fish, etc. Second one, starch. Maize, wheat, rice, potato, etc. I hope all of you would have got the answers correctly. Please check in case you don't know the answers. Let us recapitulate what we learned in our previous class. The major nutrients in our food are carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, and minerals. Food also contains water and dietary fibers. Carbohydrates and fats are called energy-giving food. Proteins are called bodybuilding food. Iodine test is conducted to detect the presence of starch. Caustic soda solution and copper sulfate solution are used to detect the presence of proteins. Now let us continue our lesson. Help in protecting our body against diseases. They keep our eyes, bone, teeth, and gums healthy. The different kinds of vitamins are vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin E, vitamin K, and vitamin B complex. Now you must be wondering, why can't we write all the vitamins in alphabetical order? Why has ma'am written vitamin B complex towards the end? You can write, but why I have placed it at the end is because vitamin B or vitamin B complex is said to have different types of vitamin B in it. There are different types of vitamin B such as vitamin B1, B2, B3, B6 and B12. As a result, we call it as vitamin B complex. Our body needs all types of vitamins in very minute quantities or very small quantities. But each and every vitamin or vitamin is very important for us. Children, you must be wondering how to pronounce this word. You can either call it as vitamins or you can also pronounce it as vitamins. Both are fine. Our first nutrient is vitamin A. It keeps our eyes and skin healthy. We find vitamin A in food such as papaya, carrot, milk, fish, etc. Vitamin B helps in building up tissues in our body. It is found in food such as rice, wheat, mushroom, milk, etc. vitamin C. It helps the body to fight against diseases. That is, it develops our immunity. Food containing vitamin C are called immunity boosters. Now, this term is being heard very commonly nowadays. Yes, in a situation like COVID 19, we need to build up our immunity levels. And how do we do that? By consuming food containing vitamin C. So, what are the sources of vitamin C then? Citrus fruits such as lemon, orange, gooseberries, vegetables such as spinach, tomato, etc. Vitamin D. It helps to strengthen the teeth and bones. It is also called as sunshine vitamin. On exposure to sunlight, our body produces vitamin D, which is required to absorb calcium, and thereby our bones and teeth become strong. Food rich in vitamin D are milk, eggs, fish, and the natural source, that is sunshine itself or sunlight. Vitamin K. It helps in clotting of blood or it prevents bleeding. Food rich in vitamin K are green leafy vegetables such as spinach, cauliflower, cabbage, broccoli, etc. Vitamin E. Vitamin E helps to protect cells from damage. It is also known to slow the aging process of cells. We find vitamin E in oils such as olive oil, coconut oil, sunflower oil. We find them in green leafy vegetables such as spinach, broccoli, in nuts, in the seeds of sunflower, etc. Children, you would have heard about minerals. Can you think of any mineral which you would have heard? Yes, the commonly heard mineral would be iron and calcium. What do you know about iron? Why is it so important for our body? It is important because iron helps to maintain the level of red blood cells. Our blood contains red blood cells. These red blood cells, they carry oxygen to different parts of our body. So if we do not have sufficient red blood cells, then you may not have sufficient energy to do your work. Therefore, we need to maintain the level of red blood cells in our body. And for this, what is important? The mineral iron. Calcium is something which we commonly see in advertisements on the television too. We would have heard from our parents also. Calcium is important for strengthening of our bones. Calcium is also a mineral. What is a mineral? What do they do in our body? Minerals are needed by our body in very small or minute quantities. They are needed to maintain good health. They are found in milk, cheese, green leafy vegetables, pulses, etc. The different minerals required by our body are iron, calcium, magnesium, phosphorus, etc. We have already learned that our body needs various nutrients such as proteins, carbohydrates, fats, vitamins, and minerals. Besides all these nutrients, our body also needs dietary fibers. Now, what are these dietary fibers? Dietary fibers are also known as roughage, but they are different from nutrients. We do not consider dietary fibers as nutrients. Then why are they important to us? What do they do in our body? Dietary fibers help us to get rid of undigested food. They are an essential component of our food and adds to its bulk. Dietary fibers or roughage is mainly provided by plant products. Whole grains, pulses, potatoes, fruits and vegetables are main sources of roughage. Children, you can observe these fibers in the food what you eat every day. When you cut fruits, for example the orange fruit especially, you can see the fibers, the white color fibers are seen. Or maybe when you peel out a banana, papaya, watermelon, the white fibers can be seen. Even when you're cutting vegetables, especially the beans or maybe the leafy vegetables, you can find the fibers there. So most of our vegetables and fruits what we consume contains dietary fibers and they help us in the digestion of food. Along with dietary fibers, our body requires water. Why is water important for our body? Water helps our body to absorb nutrients from food. It helps in throwing out wastes from our body in the form of urine and sweat. It also helps in transporting substances in our body. Our body gets most of the water from the food that we eat. For example, we drink tea or coffee, we drink juices, we eat fruits, vegetables. All these food contain a lot of water, and this water in the food keeps us hydrated. Therefore, water is required for the normal functioning of our body. We know that carbohydrate gives energy, fats also give us energy. But overeating any of these food is not good for our health. For example, all of you like eating potato chips, samosas, or any fried food for that matter. These fried food contain carbohydrates and a lot of fats. So you might be thinking that it gives us a lot of energy. Do you really think it is healthy for us? No, it is not healthy. Too much of fried food or fatty food leads to a condition called obesity. Therefore, we should see that we eat all the nutrients in the right quantity. The diet which contains all the nutrients such as proteins, carbohydrates, fats, vitamins, minerals, including the dietary fibers and water, in the appropriate quantity or the right quantity is said to be very healthy. A diet which has all the nutrients in the right quantities is called a balanced diet. Now, eating the right kind of food is not sufficient. It should also be cooked properly. But children, why do we need to cook food? Do we cook all food? Yes. Cooking improves the taste of food and makes it easier to digest. But some food can be eaten raw, like fruits, vegetables such as carrot, tomato, cucumber, etc. So we don't cook all food, only some we cook and eat. Cooking also results in loss of protein and vitamin and minerals. So when we are cooking food, we need to take care that we don't lose the vital or important nutrients in them. When we prepare or cook food, we do not get all the nutrients which are present in the food. Some are lost during the preparations, such as cutting, washing, and some are lost when we are cooking. If vegetables and fruits are washed after cutting or peeling them, it may result in the loss of some vitamins. Skin of many vegetables and fruits contain vitamins and minerals which we usually discard it or throw away. Do you know any skin of or the peel of any fruit or vegetable which is healthy but we throw it away? Yes. Example, ridge gourd. Sometimes even the peel of apple is also thrown away by most of them. It is said to contain a lot of nutrients. Nutrients are lost by repeated washing of grains and pulses. Washing is good, but repeated washing drains away the vital nutrients in them. So, we need to take care and see that we do not lose the nutrients by way of cooking or during cutting and peeling processes. Sometimes we find that a person does not take sufficient amount of carbohydrates in his diet. What happens then? What is the role of carbohydrates in our food? Will the person be affected? Yes. Carbohydrate gives us energy. If the person does not have sufficient amount of carbohydrate, then the person will lack energy. Supposing the food lacks in proteins, what will happen? Yes, the person may not grow normally because proteins help in building our body or building up of tissues. Therefore, the person may not grow normally. We find that the deficiency of different nutrients result in diseases or disorders. Diseases that occur due to lack of nutrients over a long period are called deficiency diseases. The deficiency of vitamin A leads to a disorder called night blindness, where the person will not have normal vision in the night. The deficiency of vitamin B leads to a disorder called beriberi, where the muscles become very weak and the person will not be able to do his work. Deficiency of vitamin C leads to disorder called scurvy. They usually have bleeding gums. Wounds take longer time to heal. Deficiency of vitamin D leads to the disorder called rickets, where the bones become soft. Deficiency of iodine leads to a disorder called goiter, which results in swelling of the glands in the neck, and mental disability can be seen in children. Deficiency of proteins leads to a disorder called kwashiorkor. Marasmus is also a deficiency disease. It is a severe form of malnutrition, or the body doesn't get sufficient nutrients. What are deficiency diseases? Diseases that occur due to the lack of nutrients over a long period of time are called deficiency diseases. Let us look at the various disorders caused due to the lack of nutrients. Look into the table below. The first one is deficiency of vitamin A. It leads to the loss of vision. It is also called as night blindness. Let us check what are the symptoms. It leads to poor vision, loss of vision in darkness or night, sometimes complete loss of vision. The second one, deficiency of vitamin B1, leads to a disorder called beriberi, wherein the person develops very weak muscles and has very little energy to do his work. Deficiency of vitamin C leads to a disorder called scurvy. A person suffering from scurvy has bleeding gums. Wounds take longer time to heal. Deficiency of vitamin D leads to the disorder called rickets, wherein the person develops very soft bones which can be bent easily. The deficiency of calcium leads to bone and tooth decay. The symptoms would be weak bones and tooth decay. Deficiency of iodine leads to the disorder called goiter, wherein the glands in the neck appear swollen. Mental disability in children is also seen. Deficiency of iron leads to the disorder called anemia, which shows the symptoms of weakness. Points to remember: vitamins and minerals are called protective food. Fiber present in plant product is called roughage. Roughage does not provide any nutrient to our body. It helps to remove undigested food from our body. The diet which contains nutrients along with water and roughage in the required quantity is called a balanced diet. Water helps our body to absorb nutrients from our food. It helps in throwing out wastes from the body as urine and sweat. Deficiency of one or more nutrients for a long time causes deficiency diseases. Home assignment 2. Fill in the blanks. First one. Night blindness is caused due to deficiency of dash in our food. Second one. Deficiency of dash causes a disease known as beriberi. Anemia is caused due to deficiency of dash. Second main, name the following. First one, a mineral required to keep our bones healthy. Second one, a mineral that leads to a disorder called goiter. Third one, a vitamin which helps our body to fight against diseases. Fourth one, a vitamin required to maintain good eyesight. Children, we shall discuss the answers in the next class. Thank you, children.